Hey, stupid, the bottom is in. Were you psyoped into selling your crypto to BlackRock? Let me know down in the comments. I'm here to drop the alpha on you on where the Federal Reserve is going, when this quantitative easing is actually going to start, and what we're looking for out of the crypto market as a whole over the next year here. So if you're not already subscribed, make sure to smash that subscribe button, like the video, share this video out to everyone that just doesn't know what the hell is going on, because we're locked in, we're moisturized, we're in our lane, we're riding the lightning here in the blockchain basement. Now, if you already don't follow me on Twitter, you're making a mistake. At Drew Crypto, make sure to smash that follow button and give me a like, give me a share. We're growing like crazy. We drop all the alpha on you every single day at 12:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Tuesday through Friday, and on Mondays at 11:30. And also on our YouTube channel, things are exploding. We're right at around 75,100 subscribers. God, I gotta correct myself there. Things are moving so fast. But things are moving really fast on the Treasury and Federal Reserve side as well, as Scott Bessent is coming out, giving a highlight on what he expects the Federal Reserve to do over the short term. Let's tune in and have a listen to what Mr. Scott has to say.
One of the biggest wins for the American people is since Election Day and since inauguration, mortgage rates have come down dramatically. Both the level of the 10-year bond and the spread between the 10-year and mortgage rates, which I think is an effect of the bank deregulation we're going to do. So that, I anticipate...
Does that affect credit cards too?
Well, the interest rates will affect credit cards. It'll affect auto loans. And the bottom 50% of Americans over the past 2 years have gotten crushed by these high interest rates.
He's highlighting the pain that is being felt across America with high interest rates and how the Treasury has intentions to work with the Fed in lowering these rates. These are two separate entities, but Scott Bessent, as the U.S. Treasury Secretary, definitely has some pull when it comes to these monetary decisions. And also, we have this highlight from James Lavish, and just like that, the market is now pricing in 3 full Fed rate cuts by the end of the year, where the CME Group futures predictions are sitting right now 14 days out and 21 hours from the next Fed meeting. Currently, most of the market thinks that they're going to keep rates at the place that they are, with 7% seeing a cut on the incoming. Seeing these conversations heat up from the Treasury Secretary and from Trump, we're likely to see this probability of a rate cut increase over the next few weeks if the rhetoric continues at the rate it is going right now. Something very nasty lays on the underbelly of what the Treasury is dealing with right now, and let's dive in to exactly what that is and why quantitative easing is a certainty in the future. We have the U.S. Treasury, and the February gross financing of $2.27 trillion is down by 7% year over year, declining due to a reduction in some auction sizes, possibly linked to the debt limit, but it goes a little bit further. Here's where things get extra crazy from Gordon Johnson. Due to the gross negligence of Secretary of Treasury Janet Yellen, where she significantly increased the issuance of short-term Treasury bills in 2024 to boost risk assets, the amount of debt that the U.S. Treasury will need to refinance in 2025 is actually closer to $9.5 trillion, okay, versus the $6.5 trillion it was when this all kicked off. Very, very big difference in the amount of debt that is going to be refinanced. And guess what? If they have to refinance all of that debt at high interest rates, that breaks the system. This is why you see the conversation from the Treasury saying, hey, you're gonna lower the rates, Mr. Fed boy. And they're gonna work together to make this all happen, to keep the fiat Ponzi going. We all know this to be true. But during this chaos and all of the tariff wars that have kicked off, boy, howdy, has Bitcoin given us a wonderful sign of opportunity here. I'll get this Fu Manchu out of the way. What we saw is massive volatility. Basically, you got the Bart Simpson / Marge Simpson pattern right here, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. I actually put in a very nasty set of longs in this range. Turned out great. Ended up printing, I think it was like near 200% on each trade on BTCC and on 2Bit. Click the link down in the description if you want to get set up for BTCC, and we also have a link for 2Bit, but absolutely sending it. And we have some wise words that are being spoken from the powers that be over at BlackRock. $11.5 trillion asset manager BlackRock said if every millionaire in the United States asked their financial financial advisor to get them one Bitcoin, there wouldn't be enough to go around. They understand the scarcity of Bitcoin. They understand the nation state FOMO that is happening, and seeing the general pattern that is being set up on Bitcoin, I am feeling like what we saw with this massive washout is actually signaling a pretty strong bottom signal. We go on out to the 4-hour and we can see that we bounced very, very hard, and a good majority of that CME gap was indeed filled with this pullback. Now it looks like things are trying to cook back up to the upside, and really the main thing I'm watching is this trend line of the higher lows that were being created now turned into what I'm looking at as resistance on Bitcoin. And should it continue to chop up, we should be running into about $93,900 to run into some headwinds from there. But I am enjoying the chop. I'm stacking my favorite projects all along the way, because really when it's all said and done, folks, I don't think that the US is going to just let their economy go to shit. They're going to pull the levers of these financial instruments to do their own versions of quantitative easing. Doesn't necessarily mean that those savings are going to be passed on to you at home. They're going to pass it around to the banks and the overall liquidity market providers. And this is a great post quantifying everything we're looking at from Dip Wheeler. This is all calculated. No one will remember the first couple of months of Trump's presidency: slam tariffs, create volatility, and rip the band-aid off. Stock market dumps, the crypto market dumps, and everyone gets scared. Let the week out and provide a generational entry for the next 4 years. Remove tariffs, send Doge checks, and launch a crypto strategic reserve. The next 4 years will be the greatest period of wealth generation this country has ever seen. Survive the dump, ride the chop, and you will be rewarded tenfold. For every dip, there's a rip. You gotta remember these words of wisdom, folks. Total bear death is imminent, from Dip Wheeler with his base Giga Chad, probably smoking a Marlboro cigarette right there. But these are words of wisdom, and in my opinion, there is a collapse coming. It's a collapse up. So what I'm seeing is a big bottom signal for risk assets, for the stock market being built up right now. And I see massive reasons built for the Treasury and the Federal Reserve to cut interest rates, because the insane amount of refinancing that's about to happen, plus all of the issuances to these banks to stay afloat, is due back to the Treasury in March. Am I crazy? Are you out of the market completely, waiting for the ultimate bull market to end and buying the dip on Bitcoin? Are you looking for $40,000 Bitcoin, or are you expecting this market to keep ripping to the upside before we see the nation state buying of Bitcoin over the course of the next few years? Let me know what you think down in the comments, and also tag me in your favorite projects so we can make sure to focus on them in the blockchain basement to see if there's any actual value there. Love and appreciate every single one of you, and thank you for joining me on this show. Spread the message out there, share this with a friend, keep your friends based, and don't let your friends be limp-wristed soy boys. Make sure that they remain steadfast through this market volatility, and I'll see you at the top.